Thousands of homes just dropped their prices in Florida, and that's only this week. Inventory is building, prices are falling, and closings, surprisingly, they're climbing fast. In Southwest Florida alone, over 3,000 homes dropped their prices in just the past 7 days, and we're starting to see more buyers step in to scoop up the deals. So, is this a correction, a crash, or something else entirely? Let's take a look at what's really happening in the market right now. All right, so we're seeing Lee County new listings are at 550. That's up 6.2%. Solds is up 26% week over week, up to 337. That's a pretty good clip that it's up. Pendings down 2.1% to 374. And then we do see the median sale price did actually come down 8.8%. That's down to 382,940. And then, of course, as I've been saying, here's the big number: active inventory. It just keeps going. Like, where is it going next? Up 1.6%. 1.6% doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a couple hundred listings just this week. So that's over the last 7 days. So we're seeing it continue to grow. I thought a little while back we were going to see inventory start to decrease because it was season, and it looked like the numbers were starting to trend down, but it just took right off after that, within a week or two after that downtrend. And ever since the last 3-4 weeks, we've been seeing the inventory continue to decline. So this number is just single family homes. It doesn't include condos, townhomes, anything like that. So this is just single family homes. That gives you a pretty good idea. We're seeing really the highest levels of inventory we've seen going all the way back to the financial crisis in 2008. If you're buyers, you have a lot of options out there. And if you're sellers, you need to price right. It's really important right now that you price it right from the start, and don't try to test higher prices to see what the action is going to be like. As long as you're working with an agent who really knows your market, knows data, is on it every day, I would trust them. All right, now moving on to the Naples market, Collier County. We have new listings at 170. That's down almost 3% week over week. So again, we did see a little bit of a pullback from sellers in this market. Solds up almost 32%. So again, that's a lagging indicator. That's what happened 30 to 45 days ago on average. So we did see a decent amount of buyers enter into the market with pendings, but now pendings are also up this week, 6.6% up to 145. So that gives you some hope for the Collier County market. Median sales price did increase back last week. We're in the 700,000 range, which we haven't seen in Collier County in quite a while. But now we're back up into the low 800,000 range, 5.7% increase week over week. And then active inventory just barely up 0.5%. So that's up, a couple dozen listings week over week. So the first surprise this week is that closings are up. In Lee County, the number of homes sold jumped 26% compared to last week. And in Collier County, we saw an even bigger spike, up nearly 32%. So buyers are back, but here's a twist: they're not paying peak prices anymore. Over 3,000 homes in Lee and Collier County dropped their prices this week alone. So that's one of the biggest weeks for price reductions we've seen in 2025 so far, and it's clear evidence that sellers are adjusting to reality. To really understand where this market stands right now, let's zoom out. Right now, Florida has nearly 169,000 active listings. That might sound like a lot, and it is, but here's some context. Back in 2008, Florida peaked at 380,000 active listings with a 20-month supply. That was a housing crisis. Today, we're nowhere near that, but we are seeing signs of a market rebalancing, and that's a good thing for buyers. In fact, Florida now makes up 1 in every 5 active home listings in the entire US. That means if you're looking for deals, inventory, or options, this is the place to be. But where you'll find real opportunity right now is in new construction. Builders across the country, and especially here in the Sun Belt, are sitting on the most unsold completed properties since 2009. That's forcing them to compete hard. We're seeing incentives hit 13% of the sale price, which is over $50,000 in value on a $400,000 home. So if the home is listed even higher, that's even more you're seeing. That could mean rate buydowns, closing costs, upgrades, you name it. If you're relocating or buying new, this is a window you won't want to miss. Zillow just ranked Naples and Punta Gorda among the coldest markets in the country for sellers. In other words, buyers hold the power. Sellers are adjusting, builders are offering deals, and the buyers who act now are going to have choices and leverage we haven't seen since before the pandemic. Now, here's what I'm seeing on the ground working with buyers and sellers every single day here in Southwest Florida. For buyers, it's your time to buy, if you can comfortably afford it and plan to stay for the next 5 years minimum. Second, new construction is where it's at with incentives, buydowns, closing costs, and upgrades included. It really doesn't make sense to buy resale unless it's in a great location or is a great deal, especially anything pre-2004, because that is when we had the code changes where insurance premiums can really get hiked up quite a bit before then. Interest rates should be coming down more over the next few months, according to technicals of the 10-year bond market, but that's only an 80% probability. So you still need to consider that they could go back up. And then we also have buyer competition right now is really back to its normal levels from what we were seeing before pre-COVID. But because there's so much inventory right now, you have time to really dig into the numbers and make sure it makes sense. Again, unless, like I said, it's a great deal or it's something that's in high demand in a great location. Now, on the other hand, for sellers and buyers, you might want to listen to this too, because this will give you some insights. You guys can't overprice your home in this current market. Please don't overprice it. I'm telling you right now, because the market trends right now are down and there's so much new inventory and so many price reductions every single week. So even testing a higher price for a couple weeks, like in a normal market, you can probably do just to see like what kind of action you're going to get can really cost you big right now. Each week that goes by, 3,000 other listings have lowered their price around you, and you'll be falling further and further behind on the market. So even if you adjust the price, it won't be enough because you'll be behind. Price it right from the start and make sure you have someone who is really good with numbers and understands the market you're selling in. Now, that's exactly why I do these updates, so you don't have to piece it together from headlines or national stats that don't apply to what's actually happening here. So if you're serious about making a smart move in 2025, subscribe and stay close. We're just getting started with this shift. Oh, and if you're thinking about relocating, I do have a relocation guide in the description that breaks down top neighborhoods, flood zones, and builder tips, and a lot more. But really, just staying plugged in here week to week might be all you need right now. I hope you enjoyed this video and hope to see you in the next one. But until then, stay safe, stay positive, and more importantly, stay free.